Hi, good evening. Welcome back to Two Tall Stitchers. I'm Carol, this is my daughter Jennifer, and we're back to have you with us for our 19th Flosstube, and it's also our 1-year anniversary. We're both very surprised and we're celebrating. Yay, cheers, and cheers to you guys.
This is what happens when you have an evening Flosstube.
Yes.
And maybe we should show off.
Oh, yeah.
I have, these are both moms. I have the Church Brew Works, so shout out to anybody in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And this is from when we went to Michigan on our trip last year. And that's my Keep Calm and Drink Wine.
Michigan wine.
From Michigan Wine.
Yes.
So, and I do. I keep calm, but I drink pretty much any kind of wine.
You drink lots of wine.
Yeah, I'm a good wine drinker. So we're delighted to be back again. And we always have stuff to tell you.
Yeah.
And we're thankful. Thank you for coming back. If you're new, hang around, please subscribe, and hope you enjoy it. And let's get started.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think one thing we wanted to start with today, we actually heard some sad news this morning in the cross-stitch kind of central Indiana, southeastern Ohio community, and we want to dedicate this episode to Rhonda. She's a stitcher who was around my age.
Yep.
And passed away in the last day or so, and we just heard this morning. We're very, very sad. She and her mom came to our first retreat.
Yeah,
we met them, really enjoyed them. They came back another year. Rhonda had a complicated medical history with a liver transplant and had just recently gotten another liver transplant, and unfortunately there were complications, and she lost her life, which is really sad.
We're so sad.
Our hearts go out to her family, and especially her mom. We know what it's like to be close to your mom and share a hobby. And like us, they did a lot of things together.
Yeah.
And
we saw them at the EGA garage sale in the fall. So it's it was so nice to see them. Yeah. And we were disappointed they couldn't come to this retreat, but unfortunately, because of the transplant, Rhonda had to stay where she had it done until May, and then there were complications. So our heart goes out to Shelley and her family and Rhonda's husband and her dogs, because I know they'll miss her too.
Yeah. So this is dedicated to Rhonda. All right. Well, why don't we start, and you can tell us about your quilt of the day.
My quilt of the day is Unknown Quilt again. I guess we can call it a split sawtooth star. Yeah. It was a kit. I've never had that many black and whites, I don't think. But it was fun to do. I really liked it. And then when I came up here, Paul Wyckoff, who is Stitching Designs, I believe. He's a man in Indy who was in our guild, and he's a long-arm quilter, and he's wonderful. So we sat down and we worked all this out, and you really can't see it. Maybe we can take a picture and put it in, but all the quilting on the black is in white, the quilting on the white is in black, and then in here it's in red. So just to give it a little spark. Yeah. And that was fun to make. And it's another one that's done. Yeah. But no label, of course, so God knows who it was from, but I know it was a
designer,
kit.
where
I don't
you got
know
the
anything.
kit.
Sorry.
But you think you got the kit in Houston.
I
but
think
it's long gone at this point,
yeah.
because you've been up here 18 years.
19 years in June.
So, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
But, so it's a nice little wall hanging, and you put a hanging sleeve on it. So
yeah, I did.
It can hang on a curtain rod. That's what I use a lot in my house, and I think you do too. When we have quilts to hang, it just slides in a curtain rod, and they hang on either with real hooks or with the command hooks. I'm looking at one that won't stick over there.
Yeah.
So that you have some flexibility. But this one goes in your hallway?
Usually.
Yeah.
So it's not a bright springy quilt, but I grabbed it because it was small enough I could carry it upstairs myself. Yeah. So
it's nearby.
It's nearby.
Yeah, good.
So,
all right. Well, once again, we're glad to be back for our 1-year anniversary. We started our Flosstube at the beginning of March last year, and had no idea it would lead to all of this. We've had such a good time, and so we're gonna have a little bit of a celebration tonight, maybe a few giveaways later,
and a few drinks.
Share our drinks, and lots to update you on. But first of all, you guys might have noticed something in our last video. I think the funniest comment came from somebody who said she was looking down, looked back up, and all of a sudden we were on opposite sides, and then all the words were backwards. We had some editing challenges the last few videos, and I thought I fixed everything, but clearly I did not. So
we did not do that on purpose.
No, it wasn't on purpose.
You.
We did not change seats. Nope. It was the camera had been flipped, and I thought I had flipped the video, and I did well at the beginning. Yeah. But by the time we got to the end, I missed it.
And we weren't drinking that day.
No. By the time we saw it, it was already up and you guys were already watching it. So we didn't want to pull down a video. So
it was more fun to read the comments.
It was. I called her and I was like, okay, here's what happened. Should I take the video down? There are already people watching it. And she's like, oh, I don't know, maybe. And I said, yeah, let's see what they say. Let's see who notices. So we thought we'd start by showing you Mom's two pieces that had
Would you like to see them right side?
Because it was a little hard to see them when they were backwards.
Yeah. So this is the one from Hello from Liz Matthew called Old Friends. And is that right?
Yes, it is for them.
Oh, okay, good.
It looks backwards for us,
all right.
But it's right.
I hope you're seeing this right. But anyway, it's done. And I am going to get it down to Liz at Fancy Works very soon, since Anne's birthday was last Saturday, and get it framed and get it off to her. But there it is. Yeah. Hopefully, it's backwards to us and it's driving me crazy now, but hopefully you're seeing it right. Okay.
It's right.
Okay. And then the other one.
And this one, did you use the called for? It's green?
No, it's green and it's...
And you just picked out her favorite color?
Right. No, because I had a lot of it.
Okay.
And I started it, late. And it's on 36 count antique white Edinburgh linen.
Edinburgh linen.
And it's I think that's the called for size or count. Probably not the same color. And I know she did it so that it was really big and the words were in the middle. I'm cheap, so I didn't do it as big. So the words are going to be in the middle, but it's going to be a smaller frame. So... And then this one, I told you, I finally got my act together and finished it. So that's my home sweet home. And I'm going to take that down also and see if we can find a frame for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And this was Rovaris.
This is by Rovaris. Yes. And I don't know, the fabric is somewhere.
This is on a 32 or 36 count.
And it's pewter, I think, or...
Yeah.
I think it was pewter. It's linen. It's
a gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was fun to do. It was a lot of counting, so it took me a while, but it was fun to do.
Yes. So sorry for those who couldn't read backwards.
We didn't really intend to confuse you.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Life updates. Let's see. Since we saw you last, I went camping on the coldest weekend.
She did.
In the last 6 weeks. Luckily, we were in like a dorm building that had heat, so it turned out okay. We were doing our primitive camping skills, so we adapted and did a bunch of them indoors. I would love to show you pictures, but I have older girls, and out of respect for them, I don't share their pictures on any social media unless they approve it. So, and I didn't get any approvals for that weekend. So
it was very cold.
It was very cold. We had a good time, but the best part on Sunday morning, it warmed up enough that they went out and they learned how to start a fire, and all of them started their fire, boom, like that. Yeah. They took off and they were so proud of themselves. So it was a really good camping weekend, and looking forward to the next one. Yeah. So that's my life updates. And then we had our retreat.
Yes,
this
we
last
did.
Weekend.
Yes, we did. It was so much fun. We had a great time. Got to see some old friends, not old friends, but returning friends. Yes. And then we got to meet a lot of new friends, and that was really fun. We really had a good time. And we'll show you more.
Yeah, we had 28 women that came from as far as Florida, Iowa, Pennsylvania. I think those were the furthest.
Yeah, Ohio.
And
Illinois.
Yep, and about half had been to one of our retreats before, or we had already met, and about half we hadn't, and we had a really good time. So we'll insert pictures later, and we'll show you all our goodies from retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but any other life updates for you?
No, I'm still struggling on the stairs, but at least I'm getting up and down slowly. Yeah. But it's fine. I can get up and down. I'm just very careful. And when my packer comes, she gets to haul stuff up and down stairs, or when the kids come. But then, of course, the other day, all right, this is just a quick one. When I was getting ready for retreat, first of all, I was printing off the roster, and my printer was being not very nice. And so I would print it off, and after 5, it would say, the printer is not printing anymore. And that was it. And
we had 28.
And we had 28,
so, yes.
So I got 5 and then I got 4 and then it just wasn't playing the game. And it was midnight and I was really mad and the, Office Depot wasn't open that I could run down and do it. So I got up the next morning and started again, printing off 5 at a time. And yeah, I had a few words with that. And then I was looking for all my weeks and my sampler thread, my fancy floss to take with me because I didn't want to spend time pulling. I just have it in a shoebox. And of course, as you know, when people would take stuff, I'd say, oh, just take it upstairs, put it on my cutting table. Well, I can't tell you, I tore this room apart looking for my fancy floss. It's in a shoebox. It's not that big. And it turned out it was in a bag. I had Jack carry it up. And, I thought, what did Jack do with my floss? But he put it it was in the bag and he put it in my room where I told him. But my room is still not straight. I'm still working on it. It's still like, yeah. But it'll get there. I've, got another 20 years to work on it. Yeah. So it'll be fine. It'll be fun.
All right. So we'll start then with questions from our last episode. So our question for you last time was what count you like to stitch on. So this is going to be kind of fun because I'm going to read this off, but I'm also going to make a graph and I'm going to insert the picture here. So Mom won't actually see the graph until she's watching this video back. But yeah, so you guys had a lot of opinions about what you like to stitch on. Although I would say not as strong as some of your other opinions. And we ranged the gamut from 14, even some people mentioned 10 count fabric, all the way to 56 count. I don't know how you do it. I don't know.
But with a lot of magnification, I would assume.
So our most popular, we'll start with our most popular, was 14 count. We had 22 people who said that was their favorite. Then tied for second, we had multiple or lots or I can't decide. People who said, didn't have a strong preference for one. And also tied for second was 32 count with 21 people. And then we jumped down to 16 count, then 18 count, then 36 and 40 were both tied with 11 people each. 28 count with 9. And then 25 count had 4. And 27 count had 1. And I would say on this one, there weren't as many common threads. You know how I like that pun. As there were on some of the others. I mean, people commented a lot about their eyes and what they can see or needing magnification. So like some people would say, I love to stitch on 36 count, but I always have something on 16 count going because when I travel, I don't take magnification and I can see it. And then there were lots of people in that 28-32 range. So a lot of the 28 and 32s became multiples because they liked a lot. So so just interesting to see. I was kind of pleased to see the range was really all the way across the board, which is why we all enjoy doing different things, right? Yep. And there's a market for everything, all the way from 10 count up to 56 count. So anyway,
one of the ladies at the retreat told me, she said, I'd like to look at some 56 count. The store was closed over the weekend because Vicki was at market. Yeah. And so on Saturday, Jennifer and I went in and opened it up for 2 hours so people could come shop. And before that, one of the ladies said to me, oh, I would like to look at some 56 count. I said, not in our store.
No, we go up to 40
we're up to, we're working our way up there, but 56, wow, that's impressive.
It's impressive. So that was our question this week. So hopefully you all enjoyed learning what other people's favorite counts are. And hopefully my graph turned out well. All right, so questions. Rebecca asked us, what's the Stitcher's Garage Sale and how is your recovery doing? Did you get back downstairs from last time?
I did. Okay, Stitcher's Garage Sale, it was the EGA, the Embroiderers Guild of America. They do that every year. And this year they had a lot of stuff because a couple of their members passed away. And so in desperation, I think, or under, pre-death instruction, they gave it all to the EGA, and so they had a lot of stuff to sell. And we brought our haul, and we got a lot of stuff. And so,
if you go back, it was our mid-August episode. If you haven't seen that one, you can go back and see how I went crazy at the sale. She got some. I went crazy. I bought a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's what we mean when we say a Stitcher's Garage Sale. We've also been to one up at House of Stitches in LaPorte, Indiana.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Every few years, I don't know if she does it every year. They do they open up the parking lot and you can rent a table and then sell there. So we've also gotten some really good stuff up there, and paired with a trip to House of Stitches to buy lots of other stuff, it works out to be a great day.
Yeah, that was a good
one.
one.
So if you have an EGA in your area, take a look at that, or if you have a cross stitch shop,
go on. You can Google Embroiderers Guild of America, and then it'll tell you if there's one in your general area, and then you could contact somebody and find out if they do a garage sale. But that's a good way to pick up some stuff. Or if you go to a retreat.
Yeah.
Because we had a sale table and we had a free table, and we have stuff to show you.
And there was more on the free table than the sale table.
Usually the sale table's packed, but this year there wasn't that much.
Yeah.
This time.
All right. How's your recovery going?
My recovery, I'm doing well. I'm still a little challenged with the stairs. I'm just not going up and down as I would like. But of course, I'm not doing my exercises as much as I should. But we won't tell Jennifer that. So I have to work on them. I forgot to take my rubber bands with me to retreat. But I'm going to keep working on it, because I am going to be okay.
You want to be better. Yeah. You want to feel good.
But I'm good. I'm good. I'm not in any pain, which is the best part. You know, I can climb stairs slowly as long as it doesn't hurt, and it doesn't hurt anymore. So that part's good.
That's good.
Yep.
All right, Deborah wants to see the pets. So we can insert a couple of pictures. My pets are at home, and her pet is sound asleep. You might hear him snoring at some point. So why don't we tell about our pets? So you tell about yours, and then we'll insert a picture.
Okay, Coleman, his Coleman. We call him Cole, or some other words sometimes when he's not nice. He's a really very loving, affectionate dog. His favorite thing is to hump company. And
sleep on your head.
And sleep on my head, right behind my head. The other night he was right up here behind my head. Snoring. I'm going to get him a CPAP. But he was 6 years old when we got him. We've had him about 4 or 5 years now. Yeah. And so he's he is a mixed breed, but if you look at him, you would think he was a German Shorthair Pointer. Yeah. He looks exactly like the one Jen had when she was in high school, except he's a little bigger because she was a female. Yeah. And he's a great dog. He's just wonderful, and you know, my husband adores him, and so I'm hoping he outlives my husband. So
I'm hoping he outlives both of you. And then I have a dog and a cat, so we'll start with the dog. So this is Grace, and Grace came to our family about 6 weeks into COVID. We have had dogs quite a bit in our lives, and we had gone a little while without one, and COVID hit, and you guys know, like, we were home all the time, walking or doing a lot of walking. And one night I looked at my daughter and said, I think it's time for us to get a new dog. And she and I got on Pet Finder, and we started looking, and we found Grace, and that was on Sunday night. And Friday we went and met her, and all went well, and we took her home as a trial. They said if it doesn't, because usually they would come do a house visit and everything, but in COVID, of course, they weren't doing that. So we took her home, and
she's still there.
That's the end of it. Yeah, she's a great dog.
They didn't tell me that they were getting her. So she called me on Saturday and said, can you come down? Whatever. And I said, sure. So I went up there, and as I got to the front door, you know, I rang the doorbell. I never walk in. I'm, you know, I respect that. And so I rang the doorbell, and somebody opened the door, and this dog went flying out. And I'm like, what? What is that? What is that?
The kids were so excited.
They were so excited to show me Grace, and Grace was so excited to go explore the neighborhood that I saw her for a nanosecond, and she took off across the street with 2 kids in rapid, chasing her. Yes. It was hysterical. I was like, what? Funny. And they said, we wanted to surprise you. I said, you sure did.
She did.
But she is
They did get her back. She's the biggest sweetie. We don't know how old she is. Yeah. She's somewhere, I would say, middle-aged dog, a little bit younger than Cole, we think. Oh, he just looked up like, who are you talking about?
Talking about you.
They're good buddies. And she's a super sweet dog. She loves to go, I'm going to say, for hikes, because if I use the other word, he might get excited. And she loves to be near me. Yes. She really has bonded to me since we were home together for 1.5 years. Yeah. So it's been interesting going back to work, because she just gives me a little sad face on her paws when I leave, but then she's super happy to see me when I get home. And she likes to come up here. Now, the other day, I don't know what was with him, but they ran around the yard like maniacs. They were having so much fun. Yeah. And
So yeah, they get along well.
Yeah.
And then there's the other one.
And then
who
I have
nobody
a
likes.
cat named Mittens. That's not true. I call her my husband's other girlfriend. We
call her a
loves
slut.
him. And she lives upstairs in our house because she and the dog do not get along. So
only because she doesn't get along with the dog.
She doesn't want to have anything to do with the dog. So
Grace
she
would
stays
love to be her
upstairs,
friend.
and Grace does not do stairs. So so Mittens she will be 13 this summer.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Because we got her when Jack was 2, and he just turned 15. Wow. And she was dropped off in a box at my sister-in-law's farm along with 3 other cats because somebody knew they would take them and take care of them. And so she asked us if we were interested in
They
one.
were kittens then. They
were
weren't cats.
kittens. Yeah, they were little kittens, and we saw them in late August, early September. And I said, well, Jenna was in love, the princess. She was like, I want that cat. And I said to my sister-in-law, well, if you still have one at Thanksgiving, maybe we'll take it. So she kept it for us. So we wound up with Mittens, and she has been at our house ever since. She didn't like it at the beginning, and then she adjusted, and now she's just a crabby old lady. But yeah, but she loves my husband. Yes, he is her favorite. So.
Yes.
All right, a couple more questions, and then we got to start showing some stitching. Stitching Scotty wants you to come organize her room when you finish yours.
You may not live that long.
And Brian asked where to purchase a stand or a frame. And Brian, I would go to a local needlework shop. You can look online for sure, and there's lots of great ones online, but I would find a shop near you and call them and make sure they have some stands and go try it out to see what you like, because there's so many different styles. Some are lap stands, some are floor stands, some are big, some are small, that you just want to kind of explore a little bit and see what you like. And then Tammy asked, is the quilt I shared last time from a beginner pattern, or is it a beginner pattern? And I had 2. It was my quilt, which was the log cabin one. The stained glass, no, that is not a beginner pattern. You do a lot of sewing and then you cut it down, and you do more sewing and then you cut it down again. So it's a more complicated pattern, and then you have to line up all the blocks. And the one I showed, my orange one, and thank you for all the lovely comments on that. Definitely not a beginner pattern. I was way over my head when I did that one. So yeah. So those are all our questions. Are we ready to get into whips and new starts? Do you have yours?
Yeah, they're right here.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't I share a couple, and then you can share a couple. We'll go back and forth a little bit. Okay. All right, so my first one is actually the last one I worked on. And you guys have seen this a couple of times. This is Winter Bell Pull by Tiny Modernist. And this was my last project I worked on at retreat. It is on 28 count Picture This plus Gossamer. And it's really long.
Which is sparkly.
Sparkly. And here is where I am on that one. So since you saw it last, I've continued to work on the border. I might have put in the hearts.
Yes.
And I did Welcome Winter.
Yeah.
So that is where I am. I'm about halfway on the pattern. Maybe not halfway.
Yeah, but at least you're working on the border as you go. Yeah. And not leaving that to the end.
I'd never go back and do that border if I didn't do it as I went. So I was actually stitching on this yesterday and thinking, I think I'm done with winter for now. So I think this one will get put away for a little while. I might pull it out in Stitch Mania during the month of May. But yeah, I think I'm good with this for now because it's warming up and it's spring and
today.
Yeah, today.
Over the weekend, it was unbelievably crappy
cold,
weather.
yeah.
It was cold and rainy and nasty.
And that one, I guess I don't think I've shown this bag. This goes in a bag that I made from one of the tutorials, I think the Calico tutorial. And it's an extra big bag, so it'll fit the medium size of my frame. So yeah, it's just a fun one. All right. Should I keep going?
Sure.
Okay. So next up is, I worked on a lot over the last couple of weeks, is Primrose Cottage Stitchers white Christmas, and then Market, they released a second one of these that I'm going to try and keep from buying, but I probably will not be successful. And I'm stitching the little reindeer.
I don't think you need that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And last time, I think it was just the deer. And so I finished the stand and I've started the snow globe and some of the white in that. So this one's coming right along. When I finish it, it'll be a Christmas ornament.
Yeah, she worked on it at retreat.
And I'm just realizing I don't think I brought my finish from last time.
Okay.
Oh well, I'll bring it next time. All right, and then next up is a project I had pulled out for Stitch the Winter Olympics, Graveyard Goblins, and I had so much fun stitching on it that I pulled it out for a couple more nights, and I spent all my time working on tombstones. So I think when you saw it last, it just had the tree. So I started this big tombstone and this one, and the spaces in that are going to be a fence. So moving along on this one, I'm really enjoying stitching this one. This is on a mystery fabric that I got from a friend, I think, and it's just a 28 count linen. I don't know what it is. But I really like it, and I like this project.
But it's pretty solid. It's not a variegated linen.
No, it's not variegated. It's straight up. Yeah. All right. One more, and then
she's on a tear. Let her go.
Next is my Biscornu Heartstring Samplery, Flanders Fields Biscornu, and I already stitched the bottom of it, which I've showed you guys already, and I have been working on the top. So I have finished that first flower, and all of the green is done. So I worked on this at our retreat until I finished up that green, and I'm using all of the called for colors. And this is on 36 count. I think it's antique white. I bet it's that same Edinburgh linen that you have.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And I'm doing it with one strand of Weeks Dye Works, which is the called for, over 2. And I really like it. So as I said the other night, I only have 3 more of those gigantic flowers to do.
Which are going to take a little while.
Yeah, they're going to take a while. But I'm really happy with how it looks. And the greens went along really quick. So I'm hoping that the flowers will move along too. And I did the same thing I did on the other one, where I put my little piece of thread at the top so that I know which is the top of the Biscornu as I stitch, so that my stitches go in the right direction.
Okay, then.
Speaking of Biscornu.
Yes, to shock everybody, I actually, it won't slide down. No, it will. All right. There they go. At retreat, I pulled out I started a new one, which I'll show you in a minute, but I pulled out my Biscornu, and I did put probably 10 stitches in it again, but that's
It's actually upside down.
Oh, sorry. Well, it looks the same either way. The birds are upside down now at the bottom. All right, anyway, and there's the silly beads that go in it. But I'm working on this middle part, the top right here.
Yeah.
So it's on 32 count gingerbread, I believe. I can't find the tag, but I'm pretty sure that's it. So unlike Jennifer, I'm not as organized, so it's more fun to keep it in the hoop and try and figure out which way it goes when I start stitching on it again. So it's kind of embarrassing because I really haven't worked on it much, but I do plan to get back to it now. But
it's really pretty.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty.
Yeah.
So there it is. Whoops, it's crooked, but so am I. And so I worked on one of the peppermints, and I worked on some of the green, but I was working on the other one that I started, and I was like, I really need to work on my Biscornu, and so much for that. So anyway, maybe next time I'll have another 10 stitches done.
Yeah.
And then
10 stitches at a time.
Yep,
It'll eventually get done.
Yep. And then the new one.
Oh, let me show my last whip,
okay.
because my others are new starts, and then we're done with whips.
Yeah.
So my other whip is Goody Grimwood by Plum Street Samplers, and I am stitching this one on the called for 36 count stars hollow by R&R reproductions with all of the called for DMCs and Weeks, I think, are the 2. And this one I kept going on the house, and so I got both of the roofs done, and I've started filling in. There's like a light gray that goes in between all the shingles on the roof, and did a little bit more of this gray. That's some great stitching when you're watching TV.
Yeah,
Either filling in between
Yep.
or just stitching
don't have
back
to pay
and forth.
attention.
Yeah. So Goody Grimwood is still making progress.
Yep. Okay, then
So now new start.
my new start is I got this down at Fancy Works, and this is challenging to get out of the container, so you're just going to see it this way. But it's called the Great Pumpkin Alphabet. So here you can see it's A, B, C, D, the whole bloody alphabet. And there it is. And you wouldn't see much more if I took it out because it's pretty tiny. But I've been dying to start this. And so it's on 32 count Belfast linen antique ivory. Sure doesn't look ivory to me, but this is my start. And with this whole bloody box full of fancy floss, I did not have every color I needed, which was really aggravating.
You have to show the floss
Yeah,
colors
so
that go with
that's
this,
what I was going to show you.
beautiful.
I'm not a huge orange person, but look at all these oranges. Look at all these oranges. Look at them all. And there is an avocado green for the stems of the pumpkins, but other than that, there's tomato and let's see,
It's like every orange from
yep,
every fancy floss line.
burnt orange,
Carrot,
carrot,
pumpkin.
fragrant cloves, which I'd never heard of before, nutmeg, orange marmalade, and pumpkin.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of colors in there, and it's going to be neat. And I'm really enjoying it because I like to do letters. So that's my two big accomplishments this week.
And Janie, who sat with us at our table at retreat, loves orange. And she was orange with MB as you were stitching this. So she's already asked Mom to have the pattern next so that she can stitch it right when Mom is done.
Yeah, I told her I probably wouldn't finish it while we were at retreat, but I'd get it done, at some
but
point.
you started that at retreat
Yeah.
on the first night or the
Probably the
second
first
day?
night. No, the first night. Whenever I started it,
Yeah, but had all that progress at retreat.
Yeah. But it's going to be long because, see,
Yeah.
the fabric is this long.
Yeah.
But still, I'm
Got a
up to
ways to
E,
go.
and the F, G, and H are small. They just go down in here. And then a couple pumpkins, and I have to fill in this pumpkin. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, so it'll come along.
It'll come
You'll
along.
see it.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it because, again, I love to do letters.
Yeah.
So there we are.
And then I had two new starts since we've seen you last. So first, I bought this kit last year, I think, which is Dahlia. It's one of the Mill Hill Buttons and Beads kits. And I needed to take something camping that was super easy and that didn't require magnification. And so this was it. And look at that amazing start. It's
stunning.
This is the only thing I don't like about Mill Hill kits. Well, I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with Mill Hill kits because every time I'm stitching one, I'm like, I'm never stitching one again. And then I finish it and I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. I got to do another one. So I was having trouble separating all the floss colors. And this is one of the colors I was pretty confident it's the right color. So I just started going from the middle and going all the way around. And in fact, on the back, they tell you to do this, to take a pencil and draw an X. But then up here, I wrote top on it because once I started these stitches in here, I was like, I have no idea how I'm going to tell which way is the top next time I pick it up.
Yeah.
So that will become probably a bit of a travel project or a lunchtime project. But glad to have a start on that one finally.
And I have a Mill Hill that I've started. And unfortunately, after I got quite a bit done on it, I realized that I probably used the wrong color. So it may require me to take it out. And so I haven't shown it to anybody yet because it's in timeout. I was like, are you kidding me? So yeah. But the colors, it's when they're so close and, when you're not super paying attention and you start stitching and you're like, oh, look, I've got so much done. And then you look down and say, oh, shoot. So,
but with a different letter instead of the O.
Yeah, well, I was being nice.
All right, and then my last one, which is also a new start, is Bent Creek Reminders of Love. And I made that Faith, Hope, Love as a wedding gift many years ago. I don't know. I thought we decided this pattern was from like 2003 or something. It's pretty old. So I'm making the other one now. Love Will Find a Way. And this is also going to be a wedding gift. Mom's looking to see if she can find the year. And I am stitching this on 32 count, I think, latte, and I got the whole compass done at retreat. So I started this on Saturday afternoon and finished it up on Sunday afternoon. And so I'm gonna take the words "Love will find a way" and stitch them on the top, and then the couple's name and the wedding date on the bottom. So there's reminders of love.
Yeah. And the year is a secret. Let me see, it's not on here. Yeah. I don't think they date theirs. It's a secret.
It's an old one.
It's been around for a while.
Yeah, because the couple that I made that for, I think, they've been married longer than I have, and I'm 21 years, so
it's been around a while.
Yeah.
It's been around a while.
So that's all my whips. Did you have any other whips?
No, nothing.
You worked on other stuff between...
Well, I finished up some stuff for the shop, but I think I showed that last time.
Okay.
And I did my fall small, which I couldn't show because I didn't want to show it.
We can insert a picture of it.
We'll insert a picture. I have a picture of it. And that was fun to do. I actually had it done. Okay.
So why don't you talk about your fall small, and we'll put the picture in here.
Retreat started on Friday afternoon, and the previous Monday night, my fall small was done. I was really proud of myself because normally it would have been midnight on Thursday, which was a good thing since I was fighting with the printer. I would have been up till 3. And as it was, I went to bed. I couldn't find the floss and the printer wasn't working, so I went to bed. It was probably about 1 o'clock, and I'm laying there thinking, okay, now you're going to get up in the morning and go to sleep. Where's the floss? Go to sleep. What's wrong with the printer? Go to sleep. What's wrong with the printer? So this went on for like an hour. And finally, I fell asleep. And then the dog woke me up 2 hours later to go out to pee. I was like, oh, come on. I just got to sleep. So, yeah. But, yeah, I had fun making my fall small. Yeah. Not my fall small, my small. We didn't do falls.
Yeah.
It was great.
So tell them what it is.
It's from Primrose Cottage Stitches. They're Americana, I think it is. It's around here somewhere. It's in the rolling cart. And it's several different pieces. So I just took one chunk out of it. And it says 4th of July. And so when you're looking at the picture of the smalls, you'll see it. It's finished. It's a pillow, and it's got blue and white stars fabric. Yeah. So that was really fun. And it was quick. And I had it stitched. And then my friend Nancy came over so I could finish hers. And I thought, okay, get your act together. Just do it now so that you don't have a breakdown on Thursday night, which was a good thing because I would have.
And I had one finish, and I forgot to bring it. So you'll see it next time. It was my Heart and Hand Santa, and he's really pretty.
Oh, is he done? Did you finish
him? No, I didn't
finished.
FFO him. Although, who knows, maybe in 3 weeks he will be FFO'd. Yeah. No, he's just a finish. So I'll bring him next time so you can see him live. And I'm really happy with how it finished out. And that's my first ornament done for this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Okay. All right, haul. Should we talk about non-retreat haul?
Yeah, let's talk about that
and then we'll
first.
do a whole retreat recap at the end.
Yeah. Okay. It was just recently Cross Stitch Market, and we did not go, and Vicki kept sending me all the emails from the designers saying, what should we get and everything, and I just didn't even look at them because I knew I would be, I want this one, I want that one, I want this one. And so I was really good, and then Sue and Janie were down there, and unfortunately I looked at Fancy Works page, and these were up, so I called and I said, would you please get me this? Let me see if I can do this without taking it out. So this is Snowman Wishes by the Stitch Works in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I had to have that one. I mean, there's just no question about that. And then this one, of course, I had to have it. It was by them too. And it's Life Happens. And that's, of course, being a dog person. And even when he's snoring. And then this one, I've gotten into doing some Halloween stuff. So when I saw that, I just sent Sue a note and I said, get me all 3. So then she did. And last Tuesday, Vicki called me and said, could you come in for a couple of hours? They brought the stuff back from market. And she said, I could use some help. So I went in at 10 thinking or it was Wednesday, I'd go and I'd help her for a little bit and I'd go to Stitch Group. I left at 4:30. We had a lot of good stuff, but this came across and I wasn't going to buy it, but here it is. Puntini Stitching. When I think of stitching, it's called, and I love her stuff.
Yeah, me
too. So I looked at it and I said, okay, I'm going to take it. Damn it. So I took it. And I mean, I paid for it. I didn't steal it.
Yeah.
But, and then it has some Jabco buttons, and I think I'm going to even order them. So I was really good, I thought, considering that I have 1,000 patterns already.
And so far, I've only gotten one market chart. We'll see what happens. But this one I had them pick up for me at market. This is the new Heart and Hand seasonal etchings. And I think these 4 pieces were in one of the magazines over the course of the last year or a year ago. And I just love them, especially, oh my gosh, that cardinal, I love.
That could be your
But
small.
I really like it as the 4 pieces together. So that's seasonal etchings. And then on the back, it shows the seasons. This piece is a bonus in the chart. So it finishes up as a little drum. This is a different chart called Robin Sampler. Not included in this. So this is the 4 pieces and the seasons. So,
but see,
really
this is another example. If you were doing some kind of small exchange, you can take a section out of this. Like she really likes the cardinal, or if somebody she likes bunny,
take the bunny.
Just do the bunny and make it your small. So sorry, shaking the table. This when you're looking for a small, you don't always have to find a little pattern. Look at some of your bigger ones and see if you can take a piece out of it.
Yeah, and then Mom has been pulling things that were shop samples years ago, but no longer available, and putting them in a freebie bin at the shop. And so I was there one day waiting, and there were a couple that passed that I looked at that I said, oh, I think I need that. No plans immediately. April, which is a princess's birthday month, and then August, which is her mom's birthday month. So I thought those were both fun. So I picked those up as well.
Yeah.
So that's everything
that's our
bought.
Kind of purchased haul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then knitting and
knitting and crochet. Yes, you have one to talk about.
Yeah, I have 2 actually.
Oh.
I broke down and I decided I have got to get my act together and make some time to knit, because I will tell you in a minute what else I did. But so I did start working on my sock the other day when I went and got my hair colored. That's a good time because I have like 20 or 25 minutes to sit there. And so I'm back working on my red sock. So hopefully by the next time I will have at least one done and the second one well on the way. And then I also made a baby quilt, our next door neighbors, who are wonderful young kids. And I told them when they moved in, it would be like living next door to their grandparents, but I will babysit. So she's due in a few weeks, and they had a shower last weekend. And so I made her a baby quilt, and we will put a picture in here. And you will see her husband, Adam, who Cole absolutely loves. He was holding the quilt, and he didn't understand holding the quilt up so I could take a picture of the quilt. So you'll see Adam too. But that was fun. It was I got the fabric at Unraveled Quilts in Spencer, Indiana.
Yeah.
And it's a really pretty
I think
flannel.
you showed that fabric.
I think I showed you the fabric.
When we were downstairs. Yeah.
And so I actually got it made, and my friend Pam quilted it, and it turned out really nicely, and they were pretty pleased with it. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah. And I have not been doing hardly any quilting. I made a quilt back, didn't load the quilt yet, didn't quilt it, but I finished my mittens. So these are the crochet mittens I've been showing you guys over a while that are super duper long. They're supposed to be cuffed. You can cuff that one if you want. They're still big, but these are super thick mittens, and they're convertible, so they flip down. And
I guess it's really heavy yarn. That's what makes them look so big.
It's heavy yarn,
heavy
and I use the called for weight. I mean, they're meant to be really thick, heavy mittens, and they are. So my 2 mittens are done.
They each have thumbs.
And there's no hole at the top. My thumb doesn't go through. Actually, the thumbs were easier than the flaps. The tops need a little improvement, so we're not going to look too closely at them. We'll look at this part. I finished these. It's called 3-in-1 Hand Warmer, and I will link the pattern below. It is a free pattern. And there's a knitting version and a crochet version. So if you're a knitter and you like this, you can make it too. And it's just one solid color and one variegated yarn that you use together. And it was my first time doing this stitch that I don't remember the name of now. Split double crochet or split single crochet that makes it look like a knit stitch. And then it was my first time doing 2 threads, and it was my first time doing something like a thumb that had to be added on afterwards. I've done hats, so I've closed up a circle, but
Yeah.
I hadn't ever attached something before, and you attach the thumb. So I'm pretty happy with these. They're super duper warm. And
you'll get to try them out tomorrow when it's cold.
Yeah, now that it's warming up, my mittens are done, which is about how most of my crochet projects go. So yeah, okay. So I think that's everything except retreat. Are we ready to jump into retreat?
Yes.
Okay.
We had.
What should we start with?
Oh gosh, I did the exchange.
Smalls,
You didn't
yeah.
do. Okay. We had a small exchange. And the only requirement, we didn't, in the past we've done a fall small. This time I said anything. It's wide open, whatever you want to do. And this I got from Kathy, and I think it's just lovely. And I have a bunch of autumn ones. You've seen some of the other ones. So this will go in my spider web basket, but I absolutely love it. And so at the same time, she also put in some other things, which came as a real surprise. She put in some gold
Bestitch Me
silk floss, which it's called Brew.
Show the
floss. And then she also had this.
But there were 3 pieces, 3
I guess there were
colors.
3. Yeah, and we got.
Yeah. So look at those pretty colors.
Yeah.
Sandbox, cacao, and brew.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
The paper.
I don't know.
Here. It'll just. There you can see it
There.
better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they came with that, and then also it came with this neat little box, and inside was, this is a
They can't see the box.
okay, oh sorry. Here's the box. Okay, I can see the box. I don't know why you can't see it. And it's a 2-sided box, so see, it opens up both ways. So in this side there was a couple of buttons, a pear and a pumpkin. There's the pumpkin and there's the pear. And then it came with this was a little needle case that slides open if you're lucky, and if you, I'll try.
Believe her.
Anyway, believe me, it's there's a magnet inside, so of course she'll do it. And then this is a
thread picker.
A thread picker. Oh, where's the?
This
paper?
had the wax inside.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So, and this is a thread picker, which will have much good use in my stitching. And then and then there was I just lost it. Okay. A needle threader, a little metal needle threader. And then when you flip it over, there was one of these corner gauges, so that when you start, if you hold it up against the edge of your fabric and you want to start in 1 or 2 inches or 3, that's a gauge for that. So that was really neat. So that was kind of exciting.
Did you show your pillow yet?
Yes, I did. That was the first thing
I totally missed that.
Oh, okay.
I was busy unpacking my bag.
No surprise.
Show it again.
Okay, here we go.
And who made yours?
Cassie.
Yeah.
Cassie made mine, and it's really, really pretty. And so that was pretty exciting.
Show the cute fabric.
Oh,
I didn't even notice
and the
fabric
back is
on the
adorable.
back.
Look at that fabric with the
fabric.
pumpkin fabric. Yeah.
So cute.
And so then I got the pumpkin button and everything else. So yeah,
and
that was pretty
I think
neat.
that's a Little House Needleworks pattern, Season of Plenty. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
And then we got a ton of gifts, which was amazing. So we're going to show you our different gifts. So let's see. Let's start with needle minders.
Okay, yeah.
And we're not going to tell you who gave us what, because we know we're going to get something wrong. So you know who you are. Thank you so much.
And we thank you so much.
No, we're starting with needle minders.
Oh, mine's on my magnet
we
board.
both got the same one. So we got this Zappy Dot.
And it says Quilt Shop on it.
Yep. It's
reflecting.
It's reflecting like crazy. The Little House Needlework Quilt Shop. And then
and that's on mine board too.
We got these. And she had pink, purple, and blue, and we both picked the blue. It's like a little shell needle minder. Oops. And now they're together. Okay, now we can show these together. And this one, we know this one has some nice meaning with it. So we got this. For me, this is my first floss card.
Me too.
No, Yes, it
Yes,
is my first
we
floss
haven't had
cards.
them before.
Okay, so this was from Sue, and this is her grandmother in that
Isn't that
picture. Isn't that cool?
Her grandmother didn't know she was going to be on Flosstube.
Yeah, and so we told her when she was over there, we said, okay, make that face, because we were teasing her. Do you look like your grandmother? And then she also made us...
Yeah, we need the backdrop. She made us...
scissor bobs. And they have a little owl charm at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yes, which is hard to see.
Yeah.
Trust us.
But they're really cute. Yeah. Really, really cute.
Yeah. So that was another gift. And then the same person who made Mom's Small also gave us a skein of
mine's chili
thread, and mine is Princess.
She gave you Princess because of Princess.
On purpose.
Yes.
And then we had stickers.
Yeah.
So we had this one, which is Too Tall Stitchers Retreat. And this one, whoops, Eat, Sleep, Stitch, Repeat. And this one, Stabby.
I didn't get that one.
Oh,
I didn't get one.
We'll find you one.
Yeah.
If you're watching, she didn't get a Stabby one.
Yeah.
You can send her one. And then we were away one time, and we came back, and we had these little baskets
with our
on
names
our chair
on them.
with our name on them. And they had candy in them, which we promptly traded.
Yeah.
Because she likes one kind and I like another. And they had little Post-it notes.
Yep.
And
then we got little bunnies and they've got to hold a pattern or whatever. They've got a little clip on the back.
Clip. Yeah.
And they're so cute. And then also one of the things we got, which I didn't realize was gone until I couldn't figure out what was in the dining room this morning. We got the little what are they? Ferrero Rocher candies.
Yes.
And I had one. And I had it in the top of my bag. And Wonderhound, who never messes with anything, I couldn't figure out what was on the floor in the dining room this morning. I looked at it. I said, you damn dog. He ate my Ferrero Rocher.
He ate it.
So remember that, Alana. I want another one.
All right.
Then we do Retreat Hall.
Retreat Hall. So like we said, there was an excellent sale table and an excellent free table. And these came from both.
Yep.
So... my first one is, this is Lavender and Lace, Santa of the Forest. I've loved this pattern for years. So I got it. It was a steal. Let's see. Next one, this is, will you do one of yours?
Okay.
This has a sticker on it.
This was on the sale table, and these are the holders that when you have a project on a frame or in a Q-snap or something, even in a hoop, and you have a lot of fabric, you can wrap these around it and it holds your fabric out of the way. So we're going to share these.
Yes. And then this one, a Dimensions Gold kit, a Paris themed kit. I thought that was really pretty.
And then this one, Beth gave to me. She said, I was going to put this on the sale table or the free table, but I had to give it to you first. So I took it.
And it's a kit.
It's
a
kit,
the linen and the button in it.
It's got the linen and a little button in it. So all I have to do is get out the floss, which isn't many.
And then I'm going to start showing doubles because I have a lot. These are two Shepherd's Bush kits. So these have the threads in them, and I think some have beads and some don't. I'll show another one.
Yeah.
And then a Lizzie Kate. Always love Lizzie Kate. I might have this one already. If I do, it'll become a giveaway, but I haven't gone through yet to see.
Okay, and then Jennifer was at the free table, and she was like, have you looked at the free table? I said, no. So she brought these over. So, of course, it was yes. So this is called Snow Wonderful, and, of course, I kept it. Why wouldn't you keep it? It's snowmen. Why wouldn't you keep it? Why not add it to your...
And I also got this one at this.
And this was at the free table. And again, she brought it over and said, okay, so these are winter fobs. Yeah. And they're really cute. And that would be another neat thing for a small exchange. One of the items in the small exchange, somebody did a fob and attached a pair of scissors to it.
Yeah, it was really
neat,
cute.
Really neat. So that's certainly something to think
And then
about.
I got a couple Cricut collections. This one is Rest and Be Thankful. And then this... Rest and Be Thankful.
Oh, I was looking at the pumpkin pie on the back.
And also there's Hooray for Pumpkin Pie.
Yeah.
Yes, and this one is Open House.
That's really cute.
Yeah. And then I picked up this Keepsake Calendar from 2016. And here's a couple of the reasons why on the back. That front pattern wasn't my jam, but some of the other ones in here are really pretty. And then I got this book, which was on the free table, and it's cooler design stockings. And I'll just show you on the back. It shows you the 8 stockings that are in the book. And again, not all of them are my style, but there were 2 or 3 of them I really liked. And
she's going to make them for her grandchildren.
Yeah, someday. So yeah, that's all my haul. Is that all your haul?
I believe so.
Yeah, and overall it was a great time. We had a lot of fun. We stayed up late, too late, stitched and laughed and had a couple of glasses of wine and told stories and just had a wonderful time. And we'll reiterate what we've said before. If you have a chance to go to a retreat, just go. You'll meet people. You'll have a great time.
I think there were several attendees there who had never been to a retreat before.
There were,
and I think they were a little hesitant about coming and not knowing any, but by the time they left they had 27 new friends. And it's a small retreat, you know. People are like, why don't you make it bigger? Because we have quite a wait list for the August retreat now. I believe it's 11. And so we may have to have a second retreat because, you know, it's almost another full retreat. But you know, it's small enough that you get to meet everybody and you get to know everybody and you find out who's absolutely insane. And we did have somebody who was very funny and you know who I'm talking about, Wonder Child. And so yeah, we had a great time. We met some wonderful ladies. We got to see some other ladies who'd been at our previous retreats that we've always enjoyed and spent time with and everything. So it was so much fun.
Yeah,
so much fun.
As somebody said, she got home and posted on Facebook, it filled up my cup. And it's definitely the way you go away from a retreat, just enjoying the company of others. Oh, and the best part, the gal who works at the hotel said on Friday night, I think, that she was interested in learning to stitch.
Yeah. She's been there for a couple of years and she takes our group picture. And so I said, okay, tomorrow when we go to the store, I'll get you some fabric and, you know, we'll have a pattern here. You can do it everything. And then Jennifer said, look at the free table. There are kits. So I found 2 different kits and there was one with a dog and she said, I want this one. So I gave it to her and it had everything in it. And I think it even had the needle. And so she took it home that night and she took it all apart and she got on YouTube and everything. And then when we went into the store, I bought her a pair of those little snippy snips. You know, I thought that would be good for her to have. And she came in at one point and people were helping her stitch and everything. And so it's so neat. You know, we introduced somebody to stitching and she was just blown away. She came in and took pictures of us stitching. And then she took pictures at the show and tell. And she said, you are so talented. She said, and then she said, this is so much fun. She really has enjoyed doing it. So we were excited to introduce another young person to stitching.
So I'll pause here and we'll take this opportunity to put in some pictures from the retreat. So first we'll put in the smalls exchange and you can see all the little smalls. And then we'll put in pictures from the room and the show and tell. So enjoy. hope you enjoyed the pictures from the retreat and saw something lovely that you would like to stitch. We were super impressed with those huge sunflowers and also the gigantic piece. It's hard to tell when you're looking at it on just a picture what's small and what's big, but the piece with the sunflowers and the finches is like poster size. It's stunning. It's a full coverage piece, and it was gorgeous.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
And then there was another one, the horses. I don't know if the horses made it. Yeah. They were so real. Oh my gosh, they were gorgeous.
It was amazing.
Everything was pretty. It's hard to pick out any and say this was better nothing was better. They were all just amazing.
They were great.
And for some of the newer stitchers, it was a great opportunity for them to see a lot of different things and to see that you can do a huge coverage piece if you want to, or you can do something small,
little tiny.
Yeah. So
all right, well, let's do a couple giveaways in celebration of our first year. All right, so first and these are the first couple that were donated by stitchers that sent them to us to use or give away, and then the last one was an extra. So the first is this little Irish cottage. It's an Irish miniature, and this is from the Textile Heritage Cottage made in Scotland. And I've actually gotten a couple of these pieces in England before. These are available or used to be available there. And so if you're interested in this piece, it is a full kit. It has the thread, a little, I think it's a card. It's a card frame. And the Ada to stitch it on. So if you're interested in this word, please leave a comment with the word Irish. And for any of them, you're going to make sure you're a subscriber to our channel. And
like this video.
You're going to like this video, and then you're just going to leave a comment with the words in it. And we especially love when you get creative, but you don't have to. You can just say Irish.
And we're just going to assume you're all over 18.
Yes. Our statistics would tell us they are. Okay, you want to show the next?
The next one is we have 2 Prairie Schoolers that were given to us, and one is a 1998 and one is a 1994. So if you are a Prairie Schooler person and you would like to have those, your secret word or your code word will be Santa. S-A-N-T-A.
Yep, and we'll have one winner who gets both of these. Yes.
Okay. And then the last one is courtesy of me because I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm buying. But guess what? I have 2 of these. So now I will only have one and one of you will have one. So if you want this one, which I absolutely love, our keyword is going to be hello because this is Hello by Liz Matthews.
Yes.
So if you'd like this one, it's hello.
Yes.
And it's a good gift to make for a longtime friend.
A good friend.
Yes.
And so leave us a comment if you're interested in those. And then also we want to once again ask you a question for you to answer. This one won't have any statistics with it, sadly. I know some of you will be heartbroken about that. Some of you really will be. I appreciate all of you data nerds out there who say that you love graphs and statistics. Thank you very much. But for this one, we were just thinking about our friend Rhonda that we met, and what we would like to know that will warm our heart is tell us about one of your stitchy friends. Who are they? When did you meet them? And they can be either a friend you've met in person or a friend you've met on Flosstube or on Instagram or on Facebook in a group. So we just want to hear about the people who enrich your stitchy life. So share with us a little bit about one of your stitchy friends.
And she'll have a statistical question on the next one, don't worry.
Okay. All right. I think that's everything. Plans over the next few weeks?
The room. Yeah, I'm still working on the room. And it's coming, sort of. And I'll get there.
Yes.
I'll get there.
Yes. Maybe we should threaten to do a tour of your room.
Sure.
Which might encourage you to clean it up.
Or you might get to see what it really looks like. Which could be more fun than a nice, clean, neat room.
You see all the neat rooms, but do you see what it's really
Oh my God, if you saw this, you'd die. You wouldn't have any guilt. No guilt at all, trust me. Not any.
Yeah.
Not any.
And my plans, next Sunday, I'm leaving with the princess, and we're doing a college tour over her spring break. So we're going to visit, I think, 6 colleges. So I'm interested to see what she likes and where she can get good financial aid. And
you'll have to do a statistic about that.
Well, trust me, we'll have some math in our house because I've already told her what the budget is. So so looking forward to that. She and I are going to have a great time. I'm sure I will post pictures on Instagram. So if you're not following us there, you can find me on Instagram at Jen Quilter.
And at Grand Quilts.
Yes.
She's a more prolific quilter, poster than I am.
Yes.
I'm trying. I'm trying, but sometimes
you get pictures up now and then.
Yeah.
But she'll tell me something. Oh, I just finished this. I'm like, take a picture, put it on Instagram.
And then I do.
And then she does. Yeah. So I think that's everything. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all very much for spending your time with us. We really appreciate you watching our Flosstube. We really appreciate your kind words, and
we love reading your comments.
Yes.
We love reading your comments. They're uplifting, they're funny, they're challenging. You know, when somebody says, "And what pattern was that?" And it's like, "Oh, yay!" And
don't ask
about. don't. I have no clue. What can I say? No, we just really enjoy being with you.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching. And we hope if you're new that you'll subscribe and you'll give us a like.
Yes. So, have fun stitching, and we'll see you in a few
till
weeks.
After the field trip or the college trip and a few other things. We'll see you in about 3 weeks. So happy stitching, and we wish you well. Happy spring.
Bye.
Bye.